Welcome to Body Bags. I'm your Thursday reviewer, Chris, from Chris B Movies. I just told you my name's Chris, and you know I love B movies. Now I'm going to be reviewing a film from 1972, and again, by the gutter auteur, master of the swirl camera himself, Andy Milligan. I tell you guys, if you're watching this, read the Jimmy McDonough book on Andy Milligan. You'll learn a lot about him, if you care to. So the film is from 1972, and it is entitled The Man with Two Heads. Now, don't let this fool you. It is not a film about a man with two heads. It's Andy Milligan's version of Jekyll and Hyde, as told originally by Robert Louis Stevenson. Okay, so I'm going to get into the synopsis. So Dr. Jekyll, a very intelligent scientist, doctor, and he's also a professor. He has about 6 students he brings to his laboratory, and he teaches, just to make some extra money, because he's not making a lot of money, because he's put all his time and effort into developing a potion to eradicate the evil part of a person's mind, so the person won't go out and murder people and do bad things. So he has the students, and he actually practices on the guy who was just hanged, and he puts the potion, he detaches the brain in all gruesome fashion. Thank you, Andy Milligan. And then he pours the potion, a little bit of it, on the brainstem, and you see all green. And that is the evil part of a person's mind, as told by Andy Milligan in this film. Okay? So his students leave, and he's talking with one student. And the student's kind of brash and a real jerk. But Dr. Jekyll's cool, calm, and collective. And then all of a sudden, all the years of hard work, all of the things that Dr. Jekyll's written down, and that potion he actually finally made after all these years gets knocked over, along with the serum. And now Dr. Jekyll gets so mad, he goes up to the student. He says, "What did you do? All this hard work. Now I gotta start all over again." And the student's all distraught, and the doctor says, "You know what? Just leave. Just leave." So now, Dr. Jekyll's gonna start fresh all over again. So all the notes he's made and the potion that he eventually put together, which deemed to be perfect, he has to redo all over again. And he's all distraught. In the meantime, he's getting married. So his fiancée, wants to do a lot of wedding planning and wants him to go to a dinner to meet her father and brother. Now, if they're just about ready to get married, don't you think he would have met the father and brother beforehand? And her father is a doctor, physician, scientist, top physician of the human brain, and he's very rich. So Dr. Jekyll's fiancée is like, if we don't have any money, Daddy will just give us the money. And Dr. Jekyll's not having that. He wants to make his own money and do things the right way. He wants to be the man. Ugh. So he finally is in the labs working diligently, and then his fiancée coaxes him to go to this dinner party to meet the father and the brother. And he's at the dinner party, things are going well. But in the meantime, the student who dropped the potion and the serum and messed up all his notes feels guilty. So he goes back, and to the best of his ability, from what he's learned from Dr. Jekyll, tries to make the serum and make the potion and rewrite all the notes. Unbeknownst to Dr. Jekyll, and he seems to do this real quickly. I mean, it took Dr. Jekyll years to do this, and it seems to only take the student about 15-20 minutes. Shit's gonna go wrong. So Dr. Jekyll comes back after the family meeting and the family dinner, whatever you want to call it, and he has the potion in his hand. He's like, "What the hell? What is this?" So, as any normal person would do when you see an unknown potion, you drink it, right? Of course. I'm sure that's what Andy Milligan would do, right? So he drinks it, and now he's hunched over. And he turns into what we remember to be Mr. Hyde. Oh no! Andy Milligan turns Mr. Hyde into Danny Blood. And you want to know why? I don't know why. Ask Andy Milligan. Oh, you can't. He passed away. Sorry about that. So now he goes to a brothel, and he just dehumanizes women, tortures them. Even one woman, he'd get on all fours and pet her head. It's like, "You're my dog. I don't have a dog, but you're my dog." And made her bark and everything. Unbelievable. And now he's killing women in the brothel and killing women on the streets and killed some of his students and just going totally bonkers at Danny Blood. And there was one scene I just don't get in The Brother, where he goes and takes a woman up to a room, and then he meets this crazy, odd woman who has pockmarks all over her face and has one eye. And he gives her money, and they go in a room, and then they both start killing people. And then another woman joins in and starts killing people with Danny blood. It's never explained again as to why this happened and why these people were mental and they worked in the brothel, and it doesn't really explain that scene. It's a very odd scene. But it just shows Andy Milligan's true hate for women, as basically women were killed and one guy was killed in the process. Andy Milligan had a real rough upbringing with his mom. His mom had a lot of mental health issues. She was big on alcoholism, a big woman, and she would abuse him. So he hated women, and in a lot of his films that you see, a lot of the torture and death scenes are based on killing women. But the question is, Danny Blood's doing all these bad things, will they develop a serum and get enough time before he kills more people? Or will he go on a killing rampage and will not be able to be stopped? And that's what we're going to decipher. If you do watch The Man with Two Heads, I just watch it, I know what happens. But unless you watch it, you won't know. So, the swirl camera scene. So, during any death scene, and in this movie with many of the struggles, the camera swirls. So a lot of times you don't see what's happening as far as the killing goes. You don't get to see a whole lot of the gore. At some point while the camera's swirling, you see a hand come up with guts. And you're like, okay. But what you do see of the gore is pretty good gore, I must say. And Dennis DeMarn, who plays Dr. Jekyll, really good actor. I don't know how Andy Milligan could have afforded this guy, because it doesn't seem like Andy Milligan had a big budget to begin with. But Dennis DeMarn's a fantastic actor. And I guess, from what I decipher, Andy Milligan knew him from an off-Broadway play that they did together. Get a little tongue-tied here, huh? So yeah, he's the best actor in this film. I mean, the other acting's not too bad, but he's the best in this film. Now, what else do I have to say? Oh, one thing I didn't mention about the last video I did. During a lot of Andy Milligan films, and during a lot of the scenes with dialogue, you hear music playing. Music that would be in an old RKO, Gene Kelly, and Ginger Rogers film. It's very interesting, but in most of his films, while the dialogue's on, you hear music going on. And it's not always in sync with what's going on in the film. It's just, maybe Andy Milligan likes soft music in the background. I don't know. But anyway, I did not in the last review use the cheeseometer, but I'm going to use the cheeseometer this time around. So 5 being top cheese, so cheesy, it's the best cheese you'll ever get, and 1 worst cheese you'll ever get. I give it a 3.5. There were things I liked about it, things I didn't necessarily like. It did end abruptly, you know, I mean, but, it's alright, right? I give it a 3.5. I wish there would have been more to the conclusion than actually was, because it's like, oh, we're running out of time, kill, boom, alright, goodbye. That's basically how it happened. The swirl camera did take away from a lot of the gore scenes and a lot of the action that was going on, as you couldn't see a lot of it when that was going on. The code red, this is probably the best it's ever going to look, but it was grainy in a lot of scenes, and some scenes were grainier than others. It goes from grainy to not grainy, grainy to not grainy. And you know what? If you're an Andy Milligan fan, the music, while the dialogue's going on, is something you enjoy, probably. I can't say this film is for everybody. It's not, but if you like films that are so bad that's so good, and if you like anything Andy Milligan, obviously you've already seen this, or you should see this. So Man with Two Heads, 3.5 stars. Thank you for watching. Get on that Andy Milligan bandwagon, won't you? No? At least I tried. Anyways, thanks for watching. And don't forget to watch your horror movies. Read up on your latest Fright Mags, but don't forget to tune in to another episode of Body Bags. And I'll see you next Thursday with something probably from Andy Milligan, or not. We'll see. Take care, guys. Later.